Daddy.
All right, I'd like to welcome everybody to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. I am your host, Brother Hatil. Call me the Nguza Saba man. I'm the Nguza Saba priest, right? Take the Nguza Saba challenge. You see it up on there. Peace, Sister Gloria. Long time no see. Thank you for joining me. Make sure you share this on your timeline. Let's get some people out. Let's get them out. Get them out. I want you to know this is Tribal Quotes. And right now, you are listening to Tribal Quotes, and this is a Heart of a Simple production. Hopefully y'all can hear the lion roar this time. And of course, you know, my job, the one thing that I strive to do is blow up those old paradigms. Because family, Family. I need y'all to listen to me, fam. Fam. Listen. The one thing that is holding us back from moving to the next level, moving to where we're supposed to be. What is our natural state? It is powerful. It is peaceful. It is joyous. The one thing that's holding us back, and I'm going to talk about this tomorrow morning on the Daily Toast. For those that don't know, every morning I get up and I toast the ancestors on Umoja Thunia. Now, in order to understand what I'm talking about, to speak the common language that I'm speaking, you got to take the Nguza Saba challenge. I got it up on the screen. You got to take the challenge, right? So that you can understand the language that I'm speaking. Because I'm so serious about this. I'm so serious about it. This is what I mean, right? The one thing that holds us back, I'm talking about this tomorrow, is shame. Shame, right? I'm speaking about this on Ujamaa. And I know some of y'all is wondering, Brother Hatim, how are you going to connect Ujamaa and shame? Watch me. I'm going to do it. There is no shame in being a non-immigrant in America. We are a non-immigrant class, and y'all need to understand that. Y'all need to grasp that. When you understand it, we'll be able to take our place in the world and rule. Rule. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like this. We are aimless. Right now, we are aimless. We're trying to fit into everybody else's world, but we're not trying to create a world for ourselves. And people who try to fit into other people's worlds, or are forced to fit in other people's world, you know what they call that? They call that a slave. And I know my family. I know that we not slaves, right? I know that we are bold enough to create our own reality. And I ain't talking about the reality that a lot of us live in right now. What we are living in right now is somebody else's dream, right? It's their dream, it's our nightmare. Because it belongs to somebody else, it's theirs and not ours. So when something is somebody else's in the dream realm and it's not yours and it's somebody else's, that's called a nightmare. Right now, many of us are living in a nightmarish existence. You know why? You know why? Because we are so damn resilient. Oh, sometimes I want to beat these African genes. Because we so resilient. We can adjust to anything. We can live in hell and turn it into a heaven. That's how dope we are. Right? But what I'm saying now is time for us to turn this power and start using it for ourselves. Start using it for our happiness. Start using it for our joy. Start using it for our prosperity. Start using it for our power. Start using it to bring peace into our lives. That's what I'm on, fam. That's what I'm on. I'm sorry. I can't, you know what I'm saying? I can't bring it no other way. I refuse. I refuse to bring it any other way. Right? Because I love y'all. Right? And the issue is, my love for y'all has been causing me hell throughout my life. And many of you out there know what I'm talking about. Those people out there in the struggle, you know what I'm talking about. Loving your people, when your people don't love themselves and don't realize that they're worthy of love, can be very damaging. Now, tonight is Tribal Quotes. We're going to get it in. Lines will be open in 15 minutes. I'm waiting for it to pop up on my screen, but for some reason, Facebook is not allowing me to see the live stream, fam. I don't know what's going on, right? Because I usually be able to post from this, but I guess it ain't going to let me tonight. I don't know what's going on because I keep track of all my timelines, but it is what it is, right? This is part of the issue when you don't own your own stuff. I'm streaming. I'm talking about West Asians on my stations. I'm talking about my love for my people. Nobody want to hear that, right? So they're going to, you know what I'm saying? They're going to do what they got to do. I'm not even mad. Right? So what I am looking for, hold on. I thought I posted that already. Okay, let me get that off of the screen. All right, it's unable to send to Gye-Nyame Journal Google Plus account. Check the select. Okay, I will have to fix that later. But now I want to get on my Facebook page. Put me on my Facebook page. All right, it don't matter. I know some of y'all here sending shots out to Sister Glow, sending shots out to whoever else is out there. You know what I'm saying? Throw those thumbs up because when you throw the thumbs up, I get to see who you are, right? And I want to send shots out to everybody that's supporting me. You know, because I want y'all to know that I appreciate the fact that y'all stopping into the show. Those of you that don't want to necessarily like or whatever, you know what I'm saying, you can listen on Gye-Nyame.com. That's right. I got my own site. So, before we get into this, I got to do some commercials. All right, y'all see this, right? We created this for the 21 day Nguza Saba challenges, 21 days to change your life using our principles, using our culture to save and change your life. It's gum.co/Nguza Saba challenges right at the top of the screen. Go to the top of this feed and see what's going on. I'm gonna drop this off real quick so I can see if they will have me up. I think it might be working right now. All right. So now with this, right, you get a whole bunch of other stuff. I got free books. I got a whole bunch of stuff that I'm making sure that my family is able to get, because I want to make sure, there you go, right there. I want to make sure y'all get everything that y'all supposed to get from me, because I believe that I need to add value to your life. All right. Call-in number is 614-556-4535. For those that want to join the conversation, because I'm about to get into these folk tales. All right. Also, what I wanted to do is I wanted to run through the day names, right? Because not only are we changing the days, we're looking at the different qualities that go with each day. All right. Now, so for those that are new, for us, right? I took over, I colonized the week. And I'm going to keep on stressing this. I colonized the week. I need you to understand that, right? I looked at the weeks. I wasn't satisfied. I colonized them. I conquered them, right? You know, I'm a great student. I'm a great student. And I understand. And I'm not even mad. I understand what happened. So I stepped up and said, I'm going to conquer the week. So I put our Nguza Saba, our principles of Maya, RM7, our colors, and our day names on the days of the week. So I no longer, when I say words like that, I'm not even going to say the days, I don't feel like doing the push-ups right now. I got to get down and I got to drop. Why? Because I'm trying to force into my own psyche the fact that every day I got to deal with one of my principles. I'm not trying to deal with the Norse gods. I'm not trying to deal with the Greek gods when I'm saluting the day. I'm saluting the day with our stuff, right? So Moja, Kujichaglio, Ujamaa, Ujamaa, Nia, Kumbinamani. 7 days, 7 principles, 7 days. All right. So what I introduced y'all to last week, if you've been following my post, I introduced you to the 5-6-7 system, right? 5-6-7. We got 5 parts of the human being. We got 6 emotions. We got 7 principles. When you understand this make living life a little bit simpler, because you got to understand, we are reality generating beings. We generate reality, right? And the piece is, the more of us that are thinking about reality in a certain way, the more reality starts to bend to our will. Now, for those that don't believe me, check out quantum physics, right? Where depending on your view of the universe, when you're looking at atom or a photon or whatever, I don't even know which one it is. Those out there that know, y'all can correct me. When you're looking at, depending on the frame of reference you're looking at, you're going to see something different. Y'all could be looking at the same atom. Y'all could be looking at the same proton or the same photon, whatever you're looking at. You could be looking at it. 2 people looking at it will see 2 different things because their reality is different. Here we go. This is what I mean. So one person will look at it and be like, hey, I see a particle. Another person be like, hey, I see a wave. And then the question pops up, how can it be a particle and a wave? Because the person that came in brought their perception. So on a microscopic level, the universe is formed by perceptions. Do y'all get that? I mean, do y'all understand that? This ain't me. I ain't making this shit up. They doing this in laboratories. This is telling you that you generate reality. Right? Those of you, we generating the curses. We're generating the views of the children. We're generating the crime. We're generating a lot of this stuff because we believe it's supposed to be there. It's normal, right? It's what we deserve, right? No. Family, we deserve so much more. So much more. All right, so now, what I have here is the day of the week sheet, right? This tells you whatever day you was born on, because I need y'all to understand the wisdom of our ancestors. We were people that believe in systematic processes. Systematic processes, family. Think about this. What does that mean? We said the best life was achieved by adherence to systematic processes, right? So we studied nature. We studied rivers. We studied stars. We studied trees. We look for systems, right? Because we understand that the things that thrive in nature, the things that thrive in this world, apply a system to themselves. The sun rotates and it moves. And it's so precise that you can predict. It's so thorough with what it does, you can predict where it's going to be at a certain time. It's moving at a constant rate of speed. It has a systematic. It's systematic. It's a systematic process. If the sun applies itself to a systematic process, how about you? If even dogs got systematic processes, how about you? Most of us is living our life at random. At random, fam. Get control of your life. Snatch it, right? And I'm saying one of the first things I did, I snatched the week. I got a systematic process. I'm no longer looking at, I'm going to do the push-ups. I'm no longer looking at Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm looking at emoji, coochie, chocolate, Ujamaa. What does that do, Brother Hatem? What that does, that puts me first in a cultural state of mind. I plugged into a culture immediately. And then you be like, Brother Hatem, you're not African. You just got done talking about how we are non-immigrants. And, well, we have African roots. And when you look at the system that we're using, this came from African Americans. We applied it to what's called the Nguzo Saba, which means this flows from our culture. Here. Connected back to there. Now, by me putting myself in a cultural frame of reference from the first thing I think about, what's the day? Oh, the day is Ujamaa. Oh, it's 3 o'clock. Let me get up. It's 3:30. Oh, God. Let me get up. I got to pour libation for my ancestors. Next thing. That's the next thing, right? Systematic process. I'm doing my daily toast. Start applying the system to your life. Start watching how things start changing for you. Right? You don't have to get up at 3:30. I'll do that for you. Right? You don't have to get up and necessarily toast with me. I'll do that for you. Right? But you got to get up and start doing a system. Some of y'all got to wake up an hour earlier. Like I say to my son every morning, the day has started. Are you going to catch up? Many of us, the sun is already taken off. Are you going to catch Ra? You know what I'm saying? Are you going to control Ra? Or are you going to allow Ra to control you? Or are you going to let West Asians control you? Because that's mainly what's happening to us. We're living in the West Asian perception of the world. That's why shit ain't working for us. Right? They do one thing and they tell us something else. You should forgive and love your enemies. Right? I drop some gas, you blow my shit up. I crash into your tires, you blow my shit up. What happened to this forgive? You know what I'm saying? Come on now. Family. Another thing, before I even get into, think about this, right? France. They having elections over there. The big issue is nationalism. Germany. Big issue, nationalism. England. They did Brexit. Why? That was about nationalism. Solidifying their borders. America, right now, with the great pumpkin in office, they're talking about nationalism. Black folks, where is your nationalism? Where's your tribe? Everybody else is circling up. Shouts out to Miss Sheila. Right? Everybody else is circling up. We're not circling up. Oh, my fault. We circling up to watch drama. Right? We're circling up to watch fights on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? We're circling up to watch Empire. You know what I'm saying? We're circling up to smoke some weed. We're circling up to drink some liquor. We're circling up, but we're circling up in a losing fashion. Right? Everybody else is lining up there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, boom. Marcus Garvey taught us a long time ago. He said, when you go to the negotiation table to talk with anybody about anything, the first thing you have to do is to establish your power. If they say they could do this, you say you could do that. They say they could do this, you say they could do that. Then you say you could do that, they say they could do this. Then we can sit down and negotiate. If I can't keep up with you, there's no need for me to negotiate with you. If you can't keep up with me, I don't need to negotiate with you. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to negotiate with your kids. You ain't got to negotiate with somebody that's dependent on you. You don't negotiate with them. There's no negotiation with somebody that's no threat to you. And we expect people to negotiate with us. It don't even take all of us. I'm telling you right now, less than 1% of us pull it together. The other 99%, some of them come, some won't. It don't matter. It's just us working on us. All right. I'm sorry. Y'all know I get excited. And Lord have mercy, I went into a diatribe and it took 20 minutes. Lines are open. Real quick, let's run through it. If you were born on Imani, you almost got me. Those that don't know what day Imani is, it's the day that's named after the sun in this world. In our world, it's called Imani, Day of Faith. It's the day of faith, truth, mentalism. The male name is Kwojo, female name is Adora, right? Or in this one, it's Essie. Say Essie. Kwesi, Essie. You are born to lead. Those born on Imani are born to lead. I'm going to stop right there. Monday child. Kwojo, Adora. You are a peacemaker. I'm going to stop right there. Those born on Kujichagalia, it's Kwabena, Abena. You are manly and full of fire and determination. Those born on Ujamaa today, Kweku Akua, you are a sweet messenger, right? Those born tomorrow, Ujamaa, Kwa or Abba, you are presented with an opportunity to become a transcendent pathfinder. You are a pathfinder. Those born on Nia, right? Kofi Afua, or Kofi or Afua, and Afua, that's the female name. You are known to be a person full of growth, creativity, and ingenuity. Those born on Kuumba, male name Kwame, female name Ama. You are a person of wise and gentle composure whose gift is for bringing peace to troubled waters. All 7 of those, when they work together, can build a nation. All you need. You're a pathfinder. That's right. So, all right, now, last night I didn't get to go through Folktale for Grown Folks. I apologize for those that wanted to check out the show. But Brother Hatim, I don't know what's going on with my ear, family. I really don't. It's this whole area right here is all swollen up. My patience is burnt. You know what I'm saying? I'm falling asleep more than I was before. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? I think I got that Harriet Tubman disease. And I fall asleep mid-sentence sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And but those that know me, I made it through high school. I made it through college. Yeah, I've been driving like that for years, right? So I'm working on it. I'm working on me just like we working on each other. Now, it is 9:25, and what we want to do first is I want to share some of this ambrosia with y'all. Those that join me for the morning toast. Y'all see that? This what happened when my wife stay home. She swears she ain't drink nothing. But we know it was higher than that this morning, don't we? All right. So we're going to have to do the Death Eater tea in the morning. Now this one right here is a special mixture. This one, I call it Project X. Right? And what I'm experimenting with is I'm trying to find out if I could train my scobies to make ambrosia, not just with green tea, right? Because the thing about the fermentation process and the scobies, you look at my other videos, that I find very interesting is that when things ferment, they transform. And things that wasn't available to your body before in that food or that herb, all of a sudden become super available to you. And on top of that, you get your probiotics. So what start to happen when I start learning how to ferment some of these other herbs, herb teas? Got a gold mine, family. I'm gonna build a whole nation up off of that. I'm gonna get the Gye-Nyame complex off of this, maybe, right? Right? For those that don't know, I'm talking about going to one of these cities, mainly Columbus. I like Columbus right now, right? Looking at one of these apartment complexes, because they're only between $1 million and $3 million. Get 200 units, right? Move everybody out, renovate them, and start selling them to people like me. Oh my God. I didn't think it would work. This one right here is the game changer. Won't tell you what it is. So y'all ready to get in these proverbs? Let's get in these proverbs. Woo! Woo! All right. Right now, we are into what I call the hidden book inside of the African Opening of the Tree of Life. I had this book for a long time, and it was about 3 to 4 years before I found out there was a chapter that I was skipping. Look how small this book is. I want y'all to look at that. Right? Now, I keep telling y'all that our ancestors layer wisdom. What does that mean? That means that when they give you something, they give it all to you, because we're whole picture people. But because of where our growth is, we can't see the whole picture. And every time we revisit the material, as we grow, as we mature, as we become wiser through experience, we are able to see another part. So I had to look at this book for 5 years before I figured out I was missing the most powerful chapter. This is the Africa Openness to the Tree of Life. It's by Erskine Peters. If anybody's interested in getting it, I have a post up on Gye-Nyame-Journey.com. I'll post it up for y'all right now. On Gye-Nyame-Journey.com, you go to Gye-Nyame Journey. Those that can't spell Gye-Nyame Journey, you go to it, and right on the page, there's a link to this book. You know what I'm saying? Book is a life changer. I'm trying to tell you. You go back through my shows, I'm going to start over on this book when I get to the end. All right, so here we go. Here are the two for today. New and old ideas and symbols, balance and counterbalance. They create peace or flux. Ideas and symbols are never asleep within themselves. When people change aspects of their identity, for example, some ideas are symbolized in whatever new aspect they may have taken on. 1. Now, I know y'all like, that's not a proverb, Brother Hatim. That's different than the ones before. This is Erskine Peters elaborating on the information he gave, because proverbs and quotes are based on ideas and symbols. So right now, we are in a chapter that is called The Ways of Ideas and Symbols. All right? Listen. Number 2, then I'll go back. Ideas and symbols can focus and compel the working of the intellect. Being engaged with them make one feel the distinction of the species, as well as feel the species' affinity to the divine. turn that auto ducking off. All right, y'all. Class in session. All right. So we're gonna start with number 1. All right. Remember the name of this chapter is the ways of ideas and symbols. All right. Now, for those that are new, Erskine Peters talk about ideas and symbols as living things. I want y'all to think on that for a minute. Ideas and symbols are living things. So when we're reading this together, I want y'all to keep that in mind. Okay? So let's go back to the first one. New and old ideas and symbols, balance and counterbalance. Now, one of the things that we have to be into is coming up with new ideas. Looking at the old ideas, but also coming up with new ideas. Because in new times, guess what? Sometimes you need new ideas. Sometimes you need new symbols. All right? A lot of us, we get caught up in the old. We get caught up in old ways. And I'm not saying that's bad, but what I'm saying is sometimes we need to upgrade. Every last one of y'all got phones, and you don't mind going in and upgrading the phone. What happened when you don't upgrade your phone after it's been 5 times that the phone has been upgraded? Right? When you don't upgrade your phone can't keep up with what's going on. And it's the same thing with the human being. We're in a time where we need to be upgrading. We need to be upgrading, right? Because the way that we used to communicate with God might not be as effective as the newer ways of communicating with God and the ancestors, right? The way that we used to communicate with each other might not be as effective as the new ways. We got to come up with new ideas and new symbols. The old ideas and the old symbols are not holding. Come on now. Y'all stop playing. Okay, I hope you got clothes on. Come say hi. I'm in the middle of something. Come on. Sasha, you can't. Come on, Gina. Hurry up. Oh, well, y'all stay upstairs. All right. My kids just want to say hello. What's up, bro? My brother's on the line. Ernie Gardner, shouts out, bro. All right. So, we have to upgrade our software. You know what I'm saying? We got to upgrade our mental wear, right? Many of us are holding on to old ideas, old myths, old symbols that are not serving us. Did y'all hear me? I know some of y'all gonna turn me off. You know what I'm saying? So, because some of y'all still like, give me that old time religion. Give me that old time religion. Give me that old time religion. It's good enough for me. Right? But the whole piece is, family, upgrade. Upgrade. Sometimes it's not bad. We got to be careful. You know what I'm saying? We got to be open-minded enough to know when something is no longer working for us. We're using old ideas and symbols that are not moving us to the next level. Right? We have to be bold enough to create new ones. We got to be bold enough to use old ideas in new ways. We got to be bold enough to use old symbols in new ways. That's how we grow. That's how we become wise. That's how we move back to power, peace, and joy. All right? So, ideas and symbols, balance and counterbalance. So, new ideas and old ideas are constantly fighting, trying to find a balance. You know, because those of us that understand Maya, we understand that the universe is always trying to find a way to balance things out. New ideas. We being outweighed. Right now, we being outweighed with old ideas. Right? Old ways. We need to bring it into balance. Are we using this thing called the internet to the best of our advantage?
Hi.
Come on down and say hi so I can go and finish my show, please.
Hi. Hi, everyone. Today my dad
Hold on.
doing the Gye-Nyame.
Come on. Hold on. Excuse me, y'all. You got to get over here, baby. Over here. You got to get a girl. You got to get a baby. It's daytime, right? Come on.
Hi, everyone. Today my dad is doing the Gye-Nyame show.
Okay.
Peace, y'all.
That's too small. Go ahead.
Hi, guys. Today my daddy is doing and Bro's gonna help you drink it. Yeah. So have a great day. I love you.
All right.
Have a great
Miss
day.
Sheila said peace. All right. So the lines are open. 614-556-4535. So they create peace or flux. So now ideas can create peace or they can cause flux, which is a change, which is sort of chaotic. Right? A lot of us see change as chaotic, right? So it's peace or flux. Ideas and symbols can create peace or flux, which we see in our community, right? We are being assaulted by ideas. We are being assaulted by symbols, right? When people talking, like, for example, code words, urban areas, what I'm saying, the urban youth, what I'm saying, code words, symbols, ideas. It launches, you say certain words, and certain pictures arise. And what we got to start being able to do is to be able to get to the essence of the symbol, essence of what they're talking about. Because I understand what you say when you say urban. You talking about black, right? You talking about I understand, right? But there's other symbols and other ideas that people are dropping that we miss. Miss Sheila say this is why we need to teach people how to think and not what to think. Word. That's why, like I say, I try to get people proverbs to break down for themselves and look at them. Because right now, what I'm telling y'all is my perception of this. This is why I allow y'all to call in. I want your perception. I want you to wrestle with your with your stuff, right? Because the issue is, I'm 100% confident that after we wrestle with this stuff long enough, we're going to align in a way where we're going to be able to have true conversation. I got a caller. Hold on. Hold on, Shaka.
Joining conference now. This call is being recorded.
Shaka, you there? Man, I go and turn on the line and the brother drop off on me. Incredible. All right, but anyway. So ideas can cause peace or flux, right? So we got to be, we got to be kind of careful with the ideas. Y'all see it? Y'all see her? Did y'all just see her? Right? They be trying to steal all my time. All right. Ideas and symbols are never asleep within themselves. So once ideas and symbols are brought to life, they never really go to sleep. I told you he talks about ideas and symbols as if they're living things. So they never go to sleep within themselves. They're always active. Even when you think that the symbol is not active, it's active. My Gye-Nyame symbol never sleeps. The idea of Gye-Nyame never sleeps. You understand what I'm saying? These ideas are things that we could create around us that either provide us with comfort, provide us with protection, provide us with assurance, provide us with an idea of stability, or they could cause us chaos. Right? A lot of us are living in a symbolic hell. A lot of us are living in an idea-ish hell, right? Because the ideas that we allow to conjure up in our minds and the symbols that they create personally for us cause us hell in our life. Why? Because they help and shape and morph the reality that we are in. So I can't get in a relationship without thinking that the same thing that happened in the last one is going to happen in this one. I can't get into a business because the same struggles that I had before is going to be involved with this one. I can't trust people that look like me because the last person I trust that look like me, these are ideas and symbols. They never sleep. They're always working. And what we have to do, we have to become conscious of them. We have to wake up so that we can see how we are reacting so that we can properly respond and change the perception. That's called freedom, right? Freedom is hard work. Freedom is a constant struggle. Come on now. And it's like this, and it's tiring. This is why I fell asleep in the car and crashed today. Yeah, I had a small. It didn't even been an offender, but the broad didn't even get a block away from me before she called the insurance company. It's like, wow, you know what I'm saying? But the whole piece is watching and looking for this stuff get tiring, but you get used to it. Why? Because it's for your own protection. All right, we'll get into that a little bit later. All right, let's move it on. Let's keep it moving. When people change aspects of their identity, for example, some ideas is symbolized in whatever new aspect they may have taken. For example, some ideas are when people change aspects of their identity, for example, some ideas is symbolized in whatever new aspect they may have taken, right? So when you get involved with something like this, all right, Sheila said exactly because repeated attempts to control a situation fail. Yes, it does. We're constantly fighting. We're constantly fighting, trying to control stuff in the sense that we can't control. But one thing we can control is our perception. We control how we see it, and we also can set boundaries for ourselves. So that when certain things start to happen, this is important about identifying those 6 emotions, because we are able to put personal borders up. You need to run your life like countries run. Like country, you move, you do yourself like a country. Either you're gonna have open borders or you're gonna close your borders and protect your borders. Those borders are the limits that you put around yourself. Those borders are the what is it called? I just said the word. I lost the word. Those borders are the gates that you set around yourself, the limits that you will allow yourself to go beyond. When somebody violates that border, you automatically know that they may not need to. I mean, not even they don't even need to be in your life. And you make sure people understand what your borders are. Like, for example, changing identity. Those of us that wake up, those of us that start to eat different, those of us that start looking at reality a little bit, boundaries, that's the word. Boundaries. Those boundaries we set around ourselves. We need to set our borders. Those are the boundaries. That's what a border is. A border say, hey, on this side is my land, on that side is everybody else's. Y'all can fight for that. Just don't come inside these borders with that shit. You cross these borders, there's certain rules, there's certain regulations that you got to follow. This is how we keep ourselves safe. And what we have to do is start learning how to communicate a little bit better so that we can communicate our boundaries with people that are in our lives. I really appreciate it if you didn't say that to me. I will really appreciate it if, you know what I'm saying, I want to establish my boundaries with you so that we know where, and it'd be kind of surprising to you how smoothly relationships will work, because certain people will understand, well, if I'm going to be involved with this person, certain things I can't say, especially to them. Certain things I can't do around them. There's certain things that are expected of me. Either I could carry this burden or I could just get away from it. But a lot of us compromise, right? We compromise. And it's like with your borders, like, for example, when a country, like, for example, we hear about countries like America went into Iraq and took over Iraq. How soon do you think America's going to come out of Iraq? I'll wait. Resources Iraq got. How soon you think America's going to come out of Afghanistan? I'll wait. See, Once one sovereign nation or one sovereign person, or even you don't have to be sovereign. I'm not talking about it in the way that the Moors are talking about it. I'm talking about it in the way that as individuals we can understand. When one person conquers a border and crosses a border, they establish their territory. That means that from that point on, that group or that individual person is now colonized. How many times have you been colonized in your life? Colonization is a nice way of saying slavery. I'm just keeping it all the way real. If I control all your resources, you ain't free. Man, is ambrosia good. All right. So, by establishing when people change aspects of their identity, for example, some idea is symbolized in whatever new aspect they may have taken on. So when you change your identity, when you start changing, when you start growing, right, in some form or fashion, some symbol is either created or you grasp to some symbol to help you remember what you're doing, right? For example, when you stop eating meat, you put a certain symbol on that. That's called a vegetarian. When you stop eating certain products, you become vegan. You apply idea or symbol to it, right? You know what I'm saying? When you all of a sudden change your ways and say, hey, I'm becoming a Christian, you throw a symbol up there. So when we change our identity, it's important for us to find the symbols to grasp to. This is why, y'all never see, you will rarely ever see me without this. Because this is the symbol that reminds me constantly of what, this is why I used to grow my hair. It's a symbol that reminds me, you know what I'm saying? That reminds me of what I'm supposed to be doing, who I am. It's not, I started growing my shit before fashion. Now it's fashionable, so I have to cut my shit off. Right? Because I don't want people to mistake me for fads. The first time I cut my shit off, it was because I'm driving down the street, taking my dog to the vet, and I passed 3 people with locks, waiting for the bus to go to work. I'm not judging them, right? I'm not judging them, but the idea that I saw was, it's just a style. I'm cutting this shit off. Grew it back again, said I'm going to try it again. Got to a point where I needed to make a sacrifice, and one of the most valuable things I had was that symbol. So I sacrificed. Right? So, ideas and symbols are things that we need to grasp onto when we change it. Our identity. Alright? So now, let's move to the next one because I'm almost done. I try to keep these under an hour. Ideas and symbols can focus and compel working on ideas and symbol can focus and compel the working of the intellect. Ideas and symbol can focus and compel the working of the intellect. When we start applying and really start looking at ideas and symbols, this is why I'm saying study the folk tales. This is why I'm telling y'all, right? When you take the Ngusa Saba, those that's on the Ngusa Saba challenge, I ask you, I say, listen, study the proverbs, right? I give you some proverbs because I give you one of my books for free. I give you the tribal quotes for free. Through the Ngusa Saba, the whole thing, the Ngusa Saba challenge is free. You know what I'm saying? Some people are donating when they join. But that's a donation. And of course, I'm going to hook them up. You know what I'm saying? They getting ambrosia. But the point that I'm saying is, it's free. Now, I say study the proverbs. Why? It's ideas and symbols. It's going to trigger stuff in here. Get you to start thinking. That's all I'm saying. Just get you to start thinking. Symbols. Folk tales. Right? Saying words like I say. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I give you key ways on how to use little cultural pieces so that you can start really building you a system where you got symbols and ideas that's constantly surrounding you. When I say, hey, I'm changing my life, I'm doing a Ngusa Saba, I'm doing a challenge, and I start saying my days, I start seeing the world just a little bit different. I start having a little bit more control. Because, people can't tell me to have a good or a bad emotion. You know what I'm saying? I decide that. Not the world. Symbol. Idea. Right? So when we start making changes, we need to start using these. And these ideas and symbols help stimulate and promote thought. Those of you that have friends that you want them to get to think, don't answer their questions. Drop another question on them. Drop an idea on them. And just leave it. Don't answer it. Just drop an idea on them. And keep it moving. And it might take years, but that idea is like a seed, and it starts to sprout and put roots into their life, and it'll grow out if it's fertile soil. If not, they'll be just as lost 5 years from now as they was from the moment that they walked up on you. Just drop ideas. Don't drop answers on them. Drop ideas. As Sister Sheila say, teach them, challenge them to think. See, because everybody had a capability to think. A lot of us is just too lazy to use it. And all you got to do is give somebody a challenge big enough. And most people will try to bite the bait. Some of them will get tired and stop. They'll bite the bait for a minute. So you got to throw. So once they bite that bait and they bring that answer back to you, you drop another one. Idea is simple. Hey, you know about Gye-Nyame, right? You know what it means? Why do you think they came up with the concept of fear none but God and showed it like this? You know what I'm saying? Have you ever thought about that? Nah, I ain't never thought, boom, 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 boom. Start the conversation. Once you start the conversation, growth will come. Once you drop the idea, once you drop the symbol, growth will come. And if they don't start growing, it's not fertile soil, and we need them away. Anything that's not fertile for us, we need to start moving away from it. You know what I'm saying? You don't build a house in the desert just because you like the land. You can like the land from a distance. You move to a place where you can have fertile land. Why? Because fertile land means life. You know what I'm saying? You can't live in the desert. And I know some of y'all gonna be like, well, we got people living in there. Yeah, that's after years and years of development, and they piping water in. And as a matter of fact, a lot of people that's moving out west, I need y'all to be careful about moving out west. This is why. Because I don't know if y'all know this, but the Colorado River is one of the major things that's feeding a lot of these places water. And the Colorado River is running dry. Not all the way, but it's missing a lot of water. Don't believe me? Google it. Matter of fact, they got a new Google. They done added some new things to Google Earth. Google Earth it. See if I'm lying. All right. Ideas and symbols can focus and compel the working of the intellect. Being engaged with them may make one feel the distinction of the species. Now, he used the word species, race, tribe. Being engaged with them may make one feel the distinction of the species. Let me give you an example of that, right? Ms. Sheila say, you're so right. That's learned laziness, receiving rewards without the work. I see it every day, right? I see kids act up and then go home and get rewarded. Like, what you mean, brother Jim? You know what I'm saying? You have a kid that's been acting up all year and you celebrate his birthday or her birthday. The fuck you celebrate? And I know some of y'all gonna be like, that's mean. But the fact is, what the fuck you celebrate? What symbol, what idea are you placing in this child's mind? That every year, regardless of how good I do, I need to go out and celebrate my birthday. Regardless of how fucked up I am right now, I need to come up with a way to celebrate my birthday. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. The ideas we put into our children are destroying them. The symbolism of what we're doing It's destroying them. Right? Let me give you an idea of this, right? You got a friend. Some of you had this. You got a friend. They become a Muslim or they become a Christian. And they start identifying with the symbol of the group. And this symbol, let me read it. And this symbol being engaged with them may make one feel the distinction of the species. They start feeling distinct. They start feeling special. They start feeling different. So they can't do some of the stuff they used to do with you. And when they do it, they don't feel right no more. They feel distinct. They feel separated. Come out of her, my children. You hear this a lot in the religions, right? The religion, the symbolism and the ideas of the religion makes the person feel distinct. They start separating themselves from the old ways and start moving into new ways. You have your shahada, and now you are a new person. You have been baptized, and now you are a new person. You are distinct. We don't have enough of that in the cultural experience. We don't have baptisms and stuff like that when people are moving into a certain level, you know what I'm saying, a certain level of consciousness. It's just, oh, welcome. You know what I'm saying? And then we might develop our cliques where we start feeling distinct. But we need to have something to introduce people into that distinctiveness. So they don't have to fight and claw their way into it. They could be part of it because, you know, they went through some ideas and symbols. Last but not least, as well as feel the species affinity to the divine, or the tribes, or the groups affinity to the divine. Ideas and symbols can help us separate ourselves from the reality that has been created for us. Help us create our own reality by helping us feel that we have a special alignment with the divine. That's what ideas and symbols do. Look, and you don't have to do this on a group level. You can do this on an individual level. You can start snatching your power back because you give away a lot of power. You know what I'm saying? You give away a lot of power. You give people permission to run you. You willingly go. And I know a lot of people can't handle that. I understand. You know what I'm saying? That's rough, right? That's rough. You know what I'm saying? Because me trying to think about control myself every day is hard work, brother Hatim. I don't want to be tired, get sick, and have to struggle. I don't want to have to get up and be fit. I don't want to have to change my diet. I don't want to have to. You know, it's just easier to go along to get along, brother Hatim. It's just easier to go with the flow. But family, it's easy for you. It's easy for you. Will it be easy for your children? Because the river that you're flowing in right now is drying up quickly. There will be very few jobs for your children in the future. They found ways to start pushing you out. Now, some of y'all going to be able to retire. But I keep telling y'all don't find it strange that some of us are living in situations worse than our parents and worse than our grandparents? Yeah, we just got our head above water, right? When I was young, my grandfather was this far out the water. When he was my age. My mom was this far out the water when they was my age. A lot of us, we're struggling at a level of 20s in our 40s and our 50s. And it ain't just you. I don't want you to get it twisted. It's not just you. Because a lot of your friends that look like they're doing better, they're living an illusion. They're living on borrowed money, which means they're living on borrowed time. So eventually, all of that shit that they borrowed, they're going to have to pay back, plus interest. Then you see the real life. The real life will be revealed. saying all that to say this. It's time for you to take your life back. If you ever had it. It's time for you to get your life. It's time for you to start setting the ideas and the symbols for you, for yourself. It's time for you to start making major decisions and major moves. Because if you don't do it now, your children may not have the opportunity. I'm just saying, fam. If there's no job, where your child gonna work? Some of us, we got kids. I got kids that college age. I got kids older than that. And I got kids that's just now coming through the school system. And I work in the school system. And I got to ask myself the question every day as I go to work: what am I preparing these children for? There are no more manufacturing jobs. They got robots for that. Ain't gonna be no delivery job. They got robots learning how to nurse. And being a businessman myself, I have to think, if I could spend $20,000 on a machine that will do the work of 3 people, never get sick, rarely break down, never take a vacation, would I do it? Would you? $20,000. And you got somebody doing $80,000 worth of work for 5 years before it break down. Would you do it? This is what your children are going to be facing. And because we send our children to school, and I'm done after this, because we send our children to school without a purpose, because we honestly believe our children are going to accidentally fall into where they need to be. We need to be like, look, you need to be looking for that thing that you love so that I can support you in it. Because you need to be able to create your future. You need to be able to create your reality. I don't want you going to work like I want you wearing ties because you want to, not because you have to. Right? So, ideas and symbols, fam. Set you some. Get you some. Let me read that. Ideas and symbols can focus and compel the working of the intellect. Ideas and symbols can help a little bit better, a little bit clearer, get you to start thinking in the first place. Being engaged with them. That means you got to be engaged. So once you establish the ideas and symbols in your life, be engaged with them. Gye-Nyame family. You already got your symbols. Engage. Being engaged with them may make one feel the distinction of the species, as well as feel the species' affinity to the divinity. To divinity. Damn. You know I was doing all this shit, didn't even know it. I'm sorry. I get upset and get loud. Don't mean to get loud with y'all. All right. This brother, I want to thank everybody that took the time to stop in. I want to send special shouts out to Sister Sheila because of all the comments. Sister Sheila, you got you a free bottle of that ambrosia coming, so you better get with me. The batch, I thought it would be ready today. I got to let it sit another day and see what happens. You know what I'm saying? Because I will serve no ambrosia before it's time, right? So I got to let it finish in the buckets. Then I got to move it from the buckets to the jars, and from the jars I move it to the bottles or to the gallon jugs or whatever and stuff like that. But they need time to breathe. But because you've been so alive during this discussion, you got you a bottle, girl. Thank you. Thank you. All right, thanks to all of y'all. I want to thank those that's taking the time to listen to me on Gye-Nyame Journey Radio, at our website. Thank those family that's out there. Remember, tomorrow on Ujamaa, I will be doing a daily toast at 4:30. You can join me or you can catch it later. Just like and share. You know what I'm saying? Because it's important that we start saluting our ancestors, because that's part of what I'm gonna be talking about tomorrow, right? Far as them economics, far as those resources, we sleeping on a lot of resources in our community, right? And shame is one of the things that's keeping us from plugging into it. So here we go. We out. Peace, fam.